Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle, and today we are going to talk about the secrets that I've uncovered on how to grow your butt. And if you notice my voice is kind of crazy, it's because I've been sick for a few days. I was out with like a really bad head cold, but I am feeling much better and I just couldn't wait any longer to film something for you guys. So I'm back with a weird voice. So these are not only things that worked on me, but on things that I've seen work for clients time and time again. You can see amazing results in the gym if you're willing to put in the work and actually learn. You've got to learn, right? The more educated you are about anatomy and nutrition, the more it's going to help you to see results in the gym. Otherwise, you're just going through the motions, not really knowing why, and just hoping you're gonna look like you want to look at the end. If you don't really understand the purpose of each movement and the purpose of, fueling your body, you're not gonna be able to optimize your results. And no, you don't need to get surgery, to get fat injections, to have a nice butt. Because, in all reality, that doesn't really look good, right? So, put in some work, you'll get an awesome looking butt. All right, let's get into the secrets of building your butt. So these are things that aren't talked about enough. Like honestly, like I'm seeing grow your booty and it's just like another workout, another workout, another workout. And yeah, these workouts are great, but if you're not doing these things inside and outside of the gym, you're not gonna be seeing the results you want to see. So number one is you need to focus on the squeezing of the movement. So what I mean by that is get rid of the weight and focus on squeezing your butt the entire range of motion. So let's take a deadlift for example. Do a deadlift. Can you feel your butt activated the whole way up, the whole way down? Hold the squeeze, slow it down. Same thing with the hip thrust. I see people lifting so much weight going so fast, and I'm just shocked if their glutes are actually firing. Like for me, when I do that, I feel it mainly in my quads. So slow it down. Feel the squeeze, the entire movement, and hold the squeeze. So for the hip thrust, when I come to the top of the movement, I'll kind of squeeze a little bit more so I can really feel my butt firing. Okay, next point I don't think is talked about enough is you need to increase your range of motion. This can be done through stretching, through yoga, through foam rolling, whatever your preferred method of stretching is, you need to incorporate it into your routine. So we want to stretch out the hips. Keep your hips stretched and open, because the more range of motion you have, the more results you're going to see to grow your butt. So your deadlifts are going to get better, your squats are going to get better, your strength is going to get better from every direction. So focus on increasing your range of motion. Another one that I never hear or people never talk about is improve your balance. If you can't hold yourself up on one foot, lift one knee and hold yourself up on one foot, if you are super wobbly, yes, that's going to be some core work, but that's a lot of glute activation too. So we need to get our balance improved so the motor movements are just firing. A lot of single leg movements really force your glute to activate. So focus on improving your balance on each leg. So things like, yoga can help that, but just doing more single leg things is gonna help your balance. So when you're doing a single leg exercise, you wanna make sure your hips aren't totally falling, because then your glutes aren't engaging anymore. So you're trying to keep your hips leveled, and then your glutes will really fire and your core will fire too. So not only are you gonna get a nice butt, you're gonna get nice abs. You're seeing all these cute little exercises all over the place, like doing this fancy thing and this fancy thing. And yes, changing the exercise is super crucial. You want to introduce change into your workout, but honestly, I do a lot of those changes because I'm mentally bored, not because my butt is actually bored. I see the best results when I stick to the basics, which are squats, deadlifts, lunges, and hip thrust, or a hip thrust variation, or hip bridge. Stick to the basics and find variety within the basics. Next point, so you want to switch to low platform shoes. This will make you be able to feel the movement in the right spots a lot better, engage the right muscles. When I switched to that type of shoe, I was more able to feel my hamstrings, my butt, instead of just my quads. Talking still about the feet is you need to change your foot placement. So, squats, hip width, yeah, that's great. But let's try taking them wider. How do you feel? Try turning your toes out. How do those feel? Let's take a deadlift. Do the same thing. Wide, toes out, really activate your butt. Ask yourself if you're feeling it in your butt, and if you are, do it that way. Same thing with the hip thrust. Take your feet hip width a little wider, maybe a little bit more narrow. Where do you feel your butt kicking in the most? It's pretty much across the board that pushing into the heels is gonna help you feel your butt more during the movements. But just play around with foot placement. If you're doing a leg press, if you bring your feet up higher, do you feel them more in your glutes? Try to keep a mental note, maybe like a diary, of things that are really helping you or movements that you really feel in your butt, and just repeat them. Repeat them because it'll help you activate your butt, and then eventually you can introduce new things and you'll be better at those things, right? So maybe before you couldn't feel hip thrusts a lot, but you just change your squat placement, your foot placement on the squat, and when you go back to hip thrust, you're now able to engage your glutes better. So it's really like stick to what you can feel and slowly reintroduce different movements. Next point, it's not talked about enough. I even haven't talked about this enough. Yes, we're trying to grow the glutes. We want to hit the glutes often. I try to hit them twice a week. Usually it's one really good workout and one lighter workout, depending on how I'm feeling. But you want to make sure that you recover. You need to recover. I see girls trying to hit their glutes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Like, that's too much. You need to recover. So what I mean by that is taking about 3 days in between lifts where you're not hitting your butt because you want to go hard. Make sure you can recover so you can go hard again. For me, I noticed huge gains when I actually give myself that extra day of rest. Then I can push it better in the gym, I can engage my glutes better, I can lift more weights, and really your butt grows on your days off. It's not the time in the gym, it's the time where it's trying to rebuild the muscle. That's when you're gonna see muscle growth. So if you're not giving yourself a chance to recover, you're not gonna grow your booty. But recovery, that means sleep. You gotta sleep. If you're not sleeping enough and eating consistently, you're not gonna be able to recover to your potential. And on that same point, you need to eat a surplus of calories. If you want muscles to grow, you can't really focus on fat loss at the same time. If you want the best results possible, you need to focus in what you wanna see happen. Are you trying to lose weight or are you trying to build a butt? Because yes, your butt might look better as you're losing weight, but if you really want to put on size, you need to stop focusing on losing weight and start eating to fuel your workouts. So I want you to eat consistently, eat before, eat after your workout. Stop focusing on little calories, especially us women. We're always trying to eat low carb things. We need to increase our carb and our protein content to fuel our muscles. Our muscles really like carbs and protein. So give your body carbs and protein throughout the day if you want to see booty gains. Don't be scared of a little bit of body fat gains because over time you're going to build more muscle, which is going to boost your metabolism, and it'll all balance out in the end anyway. And on that same point, you're gonna have to give up cardio. Like when I used to run a lot, I ran my butt off completely. So if you want a nice butt, you're gonna have to give up running and do very to little cardio. If you're like, oh my God, there's no way I can do that, at least switch your cardio up. Try to keep it to Stairmaster or HIIT training. Bike is okay too. I like the recumbent bike. It'll hit your butt a little bit more. You want to focus your energy on your lifts and growing your butt. And once you're done lifting, you want to focus on recovering. So a little bit of cardio is okay. But honestly, I do very little when I'm trying to grow my glutes. And the last point that's not talked about enough is you need to keep your core strong and learn how to engage your core too. When you're hitting your butt, you don't want to let your gut just hang out because that's going to put tension on your back. And if you put a lot of tension on your back over time, twice a week, your back's just getting, wrecked, then you're going to be injured. And guess what? You're not going to be able to lift and you won't be able to grow your butt. So make sure your core is staying engaged, so pulled up, tight. As you're squeezing your butt, as you're doing all your leg exercises, you want to dedicate some time into making sure you have a strong core. So sticking to the basics, maybe add in some planks on your butt days. So like the way I like to think about it is, let's say like a water fountain was shooting up and you tense up. So like your butt's being squeezed up and so is your core. Everything's squeezed up. And then that's like a really good way to think about engaging your glutes and your core at the same time. Just remember, you need to do exercises that you feel the most. Where are you like, wow, I really felt that in my butt, or that made me sore? Remember and repeat those. And also, you will grow bigger glutes if you accept and if you're okay with growing bigger thighs. I know we're all scared of growing bigger thighs, and there was a time where I was terrified. But I just got over it. I just started focusing on doing these movements and really trying to mentally think about my butt. And yeah, maybe my thighs grew a little bit, but over time my butt grew more than my thighs grew. And eventually my thighs, I was able to bring them back down a little bit. So don't be scared of a little bit of thigh growth, because your butt, if you're doing this right, is gonna get so much bigger that it's gonna be worth it. Yes, be aware, be like, okay, that hits my quads too much. Yeah, so you need to adjust it. Being okay with growing thighs can like speed up your results, like double your results. So don't be scared of the thighs. And remember guys, there's no quick fixes. Give yourself 6 months to a year, do glute workouts once to twice a week, and you will see awesome gains, I promise. If you enjoyed this video and you have like certain questions on something, leave it down below, because that's why I made this video, because awesome comment from my last video. So let me know what you want to see. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this. I am posting 2 to 3 videos a week, and if you want to see me daily, make sure to go check me out on Instagram. I'm posting selfies, things like that, and just daily updates on my Insta story. I'll see you in the next video.